Hello and welcome again to another episode of the Long Gone Loser Rock Show. Today we are going to be talking about, well, Record Store Day. So yesterday was the Super Bowl of vinyl collectors, vinyl nerds, whatever you want to call yourselves, all across the world as Record Store Day was upon us once again. Last year, you might remember that I was in line at like stupid o'clock. So today is Record Store Day here in Melbourne. I'm out the front of Greville Street Records. We're first in line. It is about 5:15 a.m. I came here because there's a Ramones box set. There is only one that I can see through the door, one Ramones box set. So today's my day. Turns out that lining up at stupid o'clock is not something you need to do here in Australia. So I didn't do that this time. I didn't wake up at some dumb, ungodly hour and head on out. No, not at all. I just went out at the usual time because the Taylor Swift record that everybody wanted, I guess, 75,000 copies pressed. Nobody was going to miss out. And funny enough, I didn't. Here it is, the Taylor Swift Folklore Sessions record. Myself and everybody else who goes out for records today managed to get a copy. So if you didn't, that's just weird because there were so many copies around, like especially the stores here were like raving about how many copies they had in store. So there we go, Taylor Swift. I've been a Taylor Swift fan for ever since Love Story came out here in Australia, and I think Australia was the country that actually broke that song and made it a big smash hit, kind of like what we did with Shandy by Kiss. So when that song started breaking here, she was very popular in the country circles, and she even toured here and played at Billboard's, the venue, which is now called 170 Russell. Tiny venue, but she ended up playing a show there. And I didn't go. I had no money to go to any shows whatsoever. So I didn't get to see her then. I didn't actually see Taylor Swift live until the Red Tour, actually. Every time that she toured, I was either unemployed and broke, or I was not in the country. So I didn't get to see the Fearless Tour or the Speak Now Tour. That kind of bums me out, because Speak Now is actually my favourite Taylor Swift record. I do like this one, though. This folklore stuff and Evermore stuff. I do like mellow Taylor with a guitar and piano. I love that stuff, and I hope we get plenty more of that from her in the future. I get it. The pop stuff is what makes her a massive superstar, but I feel that, you know, the songs like Long Live or, you know, I guess even Love Story, Sparks Fly, etc., they're going to be the songs that in 20 years' time I'm still going to be cranking up and listening to, because I just feel that they're just a bit more, they have a bit more longevity to them. Not saying the pop stuff won't, but I feel that the guitar stuff does hold its longevity. I mean, radio stations today are still playing Love Story to no end, because that song it's a great song, and it's just, you know, it's a good guitar song, and it's just going to live on. You know, while Shake It Off is still, you know, getting its round every now and then, and Blank Space or whatever, I still feel though that nothing is going to top the guitar stuff that she does, in my opinion. And I know I'm, you know, in the minority when I'm thinking that. So what else did I get? Next record. This collection of early Donna's tracks. Limited 2000 apparently. It comes on gold vinyl. And it has this really cool inner sleeve, which actually has all this like newspaper articles and stuff. But then it's also got an interview that carries over. You've got some liner notes here about the songs and an interview here. So that's pretty cool. I actually have all these songs, but I don't have School's Out or Keep On Loving You on vinyl, so I'm pretty happy to finally have them. But awesome comp, and my singles, these 3 early singles, have been thrashed to death, so they probably are wearing a bit thin, so it's good to have a nice, good quality version of the songs on vinyl. But the Donnas, one of the greatest, you know, I don't want to use the term all-girl group, even though they are an all-girl group. I just want to say that they're one of the greatest groups of all time. Really, really good band. So, yeah. Early singles, 95 to 99. Awesome pickup. Next record, The Rich Kids. I've never owned this record, believe it or not. Now, this record features Mr. Glenn Matlock, obviously of Sex Pistols fame, and the guy from Ultravox. But this record's really fucking good. Like, it really is. And I'm glad that it got reissued, because to find a used copy, I just never see him around. And it's a record that I do like, but I was never interested in like just trying to hunt a used copy down, just because It's an old record, and by the time you get it, it's probably going to be thrashed, because if you owned this record, you would have thrashed the fuck out of it because it's so good, right? So here we have the 45th anniversary. Oh my God, it's a long time ago. This album rules, and you need it. If you slept on this one but you still see it around, grab yourself a copy. It's just a really good, I guess, power pop crossed with punk rock record. It's really good, really, really good. So yeah, the Rich Kids. Ghosts of Princess Towers. Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. One of the best bands I've ever seen live. This one is live at Levitation. It comes with a bonus flexi disc. I haven't opened this up. I haven't even listened to it yet, but that's going to be today. But goddamn, like, what a live band. These guys are phenomenal live. If you've never seen Black Rebel Motorcycle Club, and I'll tell you a story about it, right? So they came to Melbourne a while ago, and they were playing at a place called the Palace, and it was in Burke Street there. And I went along to review the show, and I totally didn't realise that they were even still going. Like, they just weren't a band that were blowing up everywhere here in Australia. Like, I'm sure in America and the UK they were still big, but in Australia it's like the audience was so selective. So I never really knew that they were still together until a new album came out, and it was like, wow, they're still going. Because in Australia, that, you know, Whatever Happened to My Punk and Roll Rock song, that song blew up and it was everywhere. It's a great fucking song. But anyway, all their albums are really, really good. But I saw them live and they just blew me away, and I was like, wow, like, you know, I didn't even realize I was still playing, and then they come out here, play to this massive crowd. So obviously people still knew that they were happening, but I just wasn't following them that hard. But god damn it, they are so good live. And so live at Levitation.
This song's for you, alright?
Levitation Festival, for those who don't know, I believe it started by the guys from the Black Angels. Did they start this festival? Was it their thing? I'd love to go one year. Just so many good bands play, and I've never been to it. But so there's your track listing. As you can see, awesome set list, great songs. And like I said, it comes with a flexi, and I haven't even opened it up, so I don't even know what's on the flexi. But like I said, this is going to be opened up today, and we're going to crank it loud, aren't we, record? So yeah, here in my office. No surprise here. I think a lot of people bought this one. It is the Off record. I don't own the latest Off record, Free LSD. I don't own it. I just don't have it yet. I did order it, and then something happened, and they just ended up refunding me and giving me a credit. They didn't send me the record, and so I just haven't got around to rebuying it yet. But you got your 4 songs there. But then the B-side, look at that. What's the deal with that? Well, I'll find out, because this is another one I'm listening to today. So, good times. So the most important record for me at this Records Today, as it always is, every Records Today, every time they release something, I need it, no matter what it is. And this Records Today was no different. It is the Ramones' Pleasant Dreams. My friends always say, oh, what am I going to listen to first? For me, it's a no-brainer. The Ramones is always listened to first, because it's the Ramones. Greatest band ever. New cover artwork for Pleasant Dreams. There's the hype sticker, if you want to read that. There you go, for those who may not have seen it. I don't know how many they pressed to this. I'm sure it was a lot. But you got the stuff there. And then the band photo there. And it's on coloured vinyl, of course it is. Yellow. So, what this is, for those who don't know, it's a remix of Pleasant Dreams. And I love it. It is so good. Not only that, but there is a song in here called Sleeping Troubles, because there's 3 extra tracks, but 2 of them I've heard before. The old version of I Can't Get You Out of My Mind and Touring. But Sleeping Troubles I don't remember hearing, so this was new to me, so that was cool. But I really like it. I really like the mix on this. I think it's very different. Not too different that you can't distinguish from the 2 versions. But yeah, it's really cool. It's a really good mix. I really like it. I mean, it's the Ramones. I'm not going to not like it. But if you were sitting on the fence about this one and you still see it around, grab it, because it's really, really good. Really, really good. And, you know, I can't wait to see what other Ramones gems we're going to get. Hopefully one day we will get the remix of End of the Century. Well, I don't believe it should be remixed because I think it sounds great the way it is. But there's been talk for years that they were going to remix it without the Phil Spector stuff. And it was just going to be the guitars, drums and bass. And I want to hear that. I really do want to hear that. Like, without the wall of sound stuff on it. But who knows if that will ever come out. I really hope it does someday. I think Ed Stasium was involved with that. So I guess it's just up to him or maybe up to the label. But I'm really looking forward to hearing that if it exists. So, but yeah, the Ramones, best band ever. Husker Du, Tonight Longhorn. This looks pretty brutal. And they do a cover of Chinese Rocks. So that's going to be cool. But yeah, Husker Du. One band, I guess, every Husker Du fan that didn't get to see them live wishes that they did get to see them live. I've seen Bob Mould live, and his solo set that last time he came here, he did a solo set that included his Bob Mould stuff, plus he did some Sugar stuff, and he did some Husker Du tracks, and that was phenomenal. And I just remember being so blown away by that set, and it was one. I think I had to review that show, so I gave it like the most glowing review ever from memory. I was like, this is everything I'd ever wanted. So while it wasn't Husker Du, it was close enough. I've always said that how good would it be if the big 3 got together and did a tour, which was Husker Du, Soul Asylum, The Replacements, alternating headliners every night. Those 3 bands were so important for that time of music, and you know, even today looking back, they're just as important. But I thought, like, you know, what a great tour that would have been. You know, that you just go there but you don't know who's playing first, but they all played for like an hour. It would have just been mind-blowing, you know, and unfortunately we'll never get that tour. But like, just to think that could have been the greatest tour ever, yeah, kick ass. I'm sure if you're a Husker Du fan, you grabbed this. This was really fucking expensive too. So yeah, that was the bummer about record store, as it always is how much money you're gonna burn. Alrighty. The last thing that I'm going to talk about that was a Record Store Day purchase was this thing, which weighs a ton. No, it doesn't really. I'm just exaggerating because it's a box. But it is the Nuggets box set. 5 records, all awesome. You know Nuggets. If you're a fan of garage rock gems and psychedelic rock and whatever from the days gone by, you know about the Nuggets box set. And this one, I haven't opened it yet. But, you know, it's 5 records of gems, and I'm sure it's going to be incredible. And I think it comes with, what does it say there? You got art prints and all this other stuff there, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into this. So I'm sure it's going to be an amazing experience. So I don't know who else picked up this one, and I do have a Nuggets box set, but it's a CD one, and I think it's Nuggets 2. So I'm glad to have this. So good. I hope that means, because there are so many collections of these Nuggets things, I hope that we will see another box set coming soon, like next Record Store Day or whatever, with all these gems that came after. Because I know that they did do one called Down Under Nuggets, and I have it, and it's amazing. All this Australian garage psych stuff, like including like the Missing Links, the Masters Apprentices and stuff. But that record sells for a dumb amount of money now. Now, I've been trying to find a copy of that to send to my friend Chris in America, because he needs to hear all these songs. And it is just such a stupid amount of money. I didn't know it was going to be that limited when I bought it. I just bought it from JB Hi-Fi or something, and then said to him, hey, check this record out. And then he's like, oh, I'd love to hear that. And then when I went to go and find him a copy, it was like nowhere to be found. You know, so hopefully they can reissue that or bring out a box set that has the Australian one, maybe the San Francisco one, Tokyo, Japan one. If there is a Japan one, I'm sure there is, because Japan has a great history of like crazy stuff. So yeah, I love Japan music. Have you listened to those Nippon Girls records? If not, do yourself a favor. They're fantastic. So many good gems. Also, the Girls in the Garage series has this really cool comp of like Japanese female garage rock and roll bands. And they're just so good. There's so many good gems on there. So yeah, check out that too. I didn't just buy RSD releases because my most favorite thing to do is to go out and look at the used records. And this year I found a used record that I've been looking for the longest time. And I finally found it at Heartland Records. The Not So Lucky Country, 33 Australian bands. This is a record I've been searching for forever. Basically because every band on it's killer. But I just could not find a copy of it anywhere. Back when I was younger and I used to see this around, I would go, I'm going to get that next week, because I'd usually buy Hard-Ons records or whatever. And I said, yeah, I'll get that next week. Not thinking that it's going to dry up and we're never going to find it again. But I got it and I'm very happy. And it is awesome. And I highly recommend, if you've never heard this or never heard of half of these bands, do yourself a favor and grab it. Like, if you can find it, look at this track listing. Like, seriously, like, how good are these bands? Look at that. You got the Hard-Ons doing Show Us What You Got. This is such a good record, and I'm so glad that I finally got it. Where's the Pope? The old Adelaide band are on here. Arm the Insane. What a great band they were. I used to have their record in their 7-inch, and I do not know where they've gone. I think I lent them to this dude many years ago in Adelaide. Like, he wanted to tape it, and I didn't have a stereo that could tape onto cassette tapes at that time. Like, it was broken. So I lent him the records, and I don't think I ever got them back. Well, I know I didn't get them back because I don't have them. But this is a gatefold sleeve. Look at all these flyers inside. This is awesome. It really is. So, yeah. And it comes with this booklet, which is really cool. This booklet here. It was released on Reactor Records, and which is an old Melbourne label. And the guy that used to own this label now does a radio show called Sunglasses After Dark on PBS. Phil McDougall. Anyway, so there you go. There's another listing of all the things. So you've got artwork. Pretty much a page for every band is on here. So Fear and Loathing, old Adelaide band. Guys, just been going forever. I think they're still playing to this day. Gash, Cosmic Psychos. Look at that Cosmic Psychos. So cool. Permanent Damage. There's a Mass Appeal page. And Septic Saw Blades. Oh, God, that band. The Festus Brothers, Festus Fanatics. Death Sentence. Depression. The legendary Depression. The Smear. There's the Hard-Ons page. So, this compilation, Filthy Scumbags, oh my God. Utter Stench, old skater punk band. Venom P. Stinger, Vicious Circle. So there you go, Not So Lucky Country. Artwork by Ben Brown from the Hellmen. Follow him on Mental Ben on Instagram. His artwork will blow your mind. Incredible. But yeah, Not So Lucky Country, Australian compilation, double LP. 35 songs, I should say. What did I say 33 before? No, 35 songs. It says it right here on the front. Wow. Awesome comp. Do yourself a favor. Find this record. Now, just quickly, I'm going to talk to you about some records that I picked up recently that are non-record store day releases. Just cool records that I've found in my travels. First of all, I've got the Cramps, the Complete Show, whatever it is. Sex Pistols Spunk demos. I've never heard these demos, so I'm looking forward to listening to those. Demolition 23. Finally it came out. I ordered this forever ago, and it just took the longest time to get here, but it finally has arrived. I'm so excited to finally get this because I love this record, and if you're a fan of Hanoi Rocks and Michael Monroe, I'm sure you're going to love it too if you don't already know it. But it is out on vinyl now, so do yourself a favor and grab yourself a copy. Still have no idea why it took so long to get to me, but here it is. And last but not least, these two records. First of all, here are the Courettes, released on Damaged Goods. Really cool band, a duo. Been tearing up a storm across Europe, I believe, at the moment. Really, really good band. Check them out. They've got so many records out now, so it's going to be hard if you're just getting into and trying to track everything down. But these records are on Damaged Goods, and Damaged Goods stuff, there's always a lot of pressings of it. So do yourself a favor, because this is awesome. Finally, Snake Oil by the Darts. I've been championing the Darts forever. I've been playing them on my radio show forever. And, well, ever since I found that they were a band. I saw them at Punk Rock Bowling. They were absolutely phenomenal. And, yeah, the Darts. So, Snake Oil comes on purple vinyl. And, yeah, see, purple vinyl. Woo, pretty cool. Released on Alternative Tentacles. So, I'm pretty sure Jello had involvement with this. Assisted by production whisperer Jello Biafra. There you go. So, really, really cool band. Nicole, the singer of this band, was also in the Love Me Nots, who are awesome. And if you can find their records, grab them as well. Really, really cool stuff. So that brings it to the end of my record store day. I hope you went out and bought some records, and I hope you found some gems. Let me know what you bought in the comments below if you want. You don't have to, but it's always cool because it gets a conversation going. And like I've said many times on this channel, I really love the community of vinyl record nerds that we have here. We just celebrate the fact that we love records. And that's the way it should be, my friends, because, you know, records are awesome, music's awesome. It brings us all together, which is why you watch this channel, right? Cool. Take care of yourselves. Look after each other, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.